Within 72 hours of masterminding with ChatGPT5, this was the entire reason I was able to gross $17,000 in my business without running a new ad, without having a big, huge launch, or even sending an email blast. What I did was I was like, ooh, ChatGPT5 is here. I fired it up and I was like, look, can we strip down my current offer down to the bare bones, restructure it? I'm confused about it. I want to be absolutely fired up and excited about how I'm going to restructure it and relaunch it. And I need to figure this out before a sales call that I have on Monday. And this was Friday. Today, I'm breaking down how ChatGPT5 helped me do exactly that so that I was able to walk into that sales call on Monday, be clear in my pitch, and generate a fresh new $17,000 in sales for my consulting and service-based business. If you're excited about learning about what I'm going to talk about in today's video so you could apply it to your own business, go ahead and type in AI in the comments and let's get going. All right, I'm just gonna break down a little bit of my offer, what it was historically and what it's evolved to today, and where I was experiencing this big bottleneck in my brain, okay? So the Ascend offer is our highest level container, and it is currently now a 4-figure investment, but here's where I was getting hung up, okay? I was calling previously the Ascend offer a program, because I guess technically it was a program. And the problem I was having with that was whenever somebody came in and wanted a done for you offer and they saw the language of Ascend have program all over the place, they were like, okay, wait, that screams kind of coarse, that screams kind of like do it by myself, do it yourself. And that's, a lot of people did not want that, right? Nowadays and age, including myself, like if I make a high level investment, I want the work done for me. I don't just want coaching calls. I don't, because I'm tired of coaching calls. Like I want hands-on help, like create me a funnel, create me assets that I can use in my business. Okay. So going back to this concept, what I wanted was an offer that could work with anybody that wanted YouTube strategy paired with done for you services to go along with it. Right. So where I could mix and match what people needed and wanted, and it could work for anyone who was either a solo entrepreneur that was more so getting started in their business. It could work for a 7-figure founder. It could work for a large corporate company. So this offer fit within any one of those categories. Okay, so I was like, how could I do this and position it? So the first thing I was like, chat, can you help me please elevate the language of my offer? I don't want to use course program, and like that turns some people off, but I do want to make it clear that we are not an agency. We are not coaching. We are a combination of the two. We still help and implement as we go. So I, in my mind, was all over the place, and ChatGPT5 was so good to like consolidate all of my ranty thoughts in my head and put it into one. They're like, oh, okay, so here's what you want to express. You want to express on your sales funnels and presenting offer that, hey, this is a boutique white glove hybrid service where we consult and teach as you implement, and it is an experience rather than a program. And I was like, yes, bingo. There we go. Together we went in and we swapped language, rephrased everything. So something that sounded like a little bit lower status, like, oh, we will help you. Instead, we substituted the copy with things like, we engineer your YouTube system to scale revenue. We blend in with your team. We become your in-house YouTube team and growth system. And full transparency, that was another thing that was really tough for me with delivering this service, because before we were like, okay, we are going to actually go out, hire, train, onboard team members for you, specifically YouTube editors and channel managers. But what I realized is like, hey, you know what? Like that was really tough, not only for myself and the operations team, but also half the clients had a need for that and half didn't. So I was like, okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do instead. Instead of, we're just going to get rid of that piece of it, and we're going to become your in-house team, like me, myself, and subscribers to sales. We're going to do that. And so I was also talking with ChatGPT about that. It made a list of pros and cons on why that, from a scalability factor, was much more simplified and clear to somebody seeing the offer. Okay. So once ChatGPT and I got super clear on how we were going to move forward. I was like, okay, what I did was I was like, okay, here's all the assets I'm going to need. I'm going to need a VSL script. I'm going to need sales page copy. I'm going to need questions and answers for the FAQ section on the VSL letter. I'm going to need you to help me rewrite my sales script. I'm going to need you to help me rewrite my demo, meaning on a sales call, I have a Google Slides presentation where I go through what the offer is, how it works, yada, yada, yada. The other thing that I wanted to make super duper clear was that this is not a coaching program and this is not a video editing agency, right? This is an Ascend. Like this is Ascend. It's its own living entity. So what it did was it created a table for my sales presentation and it was like, hey, basically like, here's what they offer you. Here's what it doesn't include. Here's what Ascends includes. It includes the best of both worlds from a coaching program, a video editing agency, a marketing team, all of this. We consolidate that into one, different rows and we say check, 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 check. And that is the beauty of our Ascend offer. The other thing it was able to do was I was able to connect my Google Workspace to ChatGPT5. And I was like, you know what? You recreated the copy. Can you please create the Google Slides for me? And it did that. So it auto-populated per slide everything it was recommending, right, in my branded colors. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So basically it took a lot of work, but this task would have been absolutely impossible for me to do by myself. Not to mention, like, I have been super rusty on sales calls because I am currently, so my daughter right now, as the making of this video, is 4 months old. So I haven't been in practice on sales calls because I've been with her, breastfeeding her, nurturing her, and spending a ton of time with her, and being a new mom again to, times 2. And so it's been an adjustment. And so I haven't been able to work as much as I have before my daughter arrived. I was like, hey, chat, could we do some role play? Like, could you act like you are on the call and then you have some objections? Can you role play with that with me? Sure, Marissa, let's do that. And so I used the voice mode to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so it was really, really exciting. And I definitely plan part 2 of all this to leverage ChatGPT to create an AI agent that becomes my sales agent, who's able to not only help me do all of that, but also help me convert, right? And help me answer messages as they come into our high level CRM, as they come into Instagram, and help me do the messaging back and forth. So I basically train it once on our systems and sales processes, just like I did, right? And without having to prompt it every single time and having it to relearn my voice, my messaging, my goals, the SOPs, etc. I train it once and it keeps working time after time and it keeps getting smarter. And it's obviously more scalable because it works 24/7. If I were to sum up exactly what to do, like, you need to be extremely specific and prompt it, right? Be sure that you are telling the chat the role that you are, the exact problems you're having, where you think the bottlenecks are, having it understand, like, okay, you tell me what you need to know to understand my offer better. Here's all the information, but tell me what you're missing, what information you're missing, and how you would make it even better than I can think of right now. Now, if you like this discussion about ChatGPT5, definitely check out the video that's coming up next, all about the 6 different ways I'm leveraging ChatGPT5 to add an additional 15 grand to the bottom line of my revenue. That video is coming up right here. So just click right here and I'll see you there.